I'm particularly excited to be going into this linking and left behind why every facility manager needs a personal brand session of the FM launch hour. And I also have a couple more reasons why I'm particularly excited to be here today. First, our ongoing FM Mastercraft Diploma is still ongoing. We're still admitting till this weekend, so you just have today and tomorrow to join. Exciting times for the students of this program. Secondly, and this is even a bigger joy for me, the long anticipated Facilities Innovation and Leadership Summit by the Max-Migold FM Mastercraft Diploma Alumni Association is set to roll out this Saturday at Necker House, Ikeja, 9 a.m. prompt. Seats have already been taken, to be honest. So if you want to be one of the 300 who will find a seat for that event, you need to be there early. It's a free event. You can come in and do your registration if you have not already done your registration. And if you have done your registration, please come early to secure your seat and claim it. Because it will not be fair for us to tell those who come in, register on the spot, not to sit down, because somebody who registered online did not show up on time. So coming to that venue on time is key to the success of Saturday's summit. It is the first of its kind. It has promised to be the biggest FM event that this country has ever seen. So don't be left out. If you have not registered, just go to fieldsummit.com. Field Summit, FILS, Facility Innovation and Leadership Summit, FILsummit.com, and do your registration. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday. It's going to be a fantastic time. A free event, fully sponsored, with a lot of learning, networking, practical sessions. It's just going to be mind-blowing. So if you are not there, you are not in our industry. Okay, so look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Today's session of and then for those of you who have been sitting on the fence regarding your FM Mastercraft diploma program, I just want to say that it is now or never. Some people who have thought I'll do it next year, 3-4 years ago, they have come to see that the prices have not gone down, it's kept going up. And it has become more and more difficult for them than if they had done it when it was 165, 275, or 350, right? We are hoping the economy stays stable, so the price does not go up in the next 20 years. You know, if we can keep the economy stable, of course, no need. So don't hope the price doesn't come anytime. Okay? So that's what I say. We do what we can to accommodate as people as possible. Okay, for those of you watching us in this session on YouTube, LinkedIn, and others on Facebook, please do not hesitate to engage. I was in a conference, the International Facility Management Association, IFMA Global Africa Conference that held in Lagos last week. And I met people from other countries in Africa who were commenting about their participation in this launch hour on YouTube. And I was impressed. So I told them, like, I'll tell you now, if you are here, make yourself known. Say hello, drop a comment, ask a question, engage, basically, so we know you are here, okay? those kind of engagement kind of keep us going as well, helps us to sustain these weekly doses of knowledge and expert, you know, information. So I'm sure some people must have thought, why is Mr. Paul Erubami going to be teaching us about LinkedIn? I'm not an ambassador for LinkedIn. I don't sell for LinkedIn. I don't profit from talking about this. So this is not about LinkedIn. This is about you as a professional. This is about at an individual level, professionals who do not gain recognition. They don't live to the full measure of their potential in the industry. So first, you can't be mediocre in how you deliver professionalism. And second, you can't be silent or docile about what you are doing and how you can make an impact on another generation of FMs and others who are looking out for connections. You can't be quiet. Now, for the industry, there's a reason why FM has not gained that kind of recognition for all these years. Many people who have worked in FM for the last 25, 30 years in Nigeria either found themselves by some chance, happenstance in there, worked just to get around doing things because it was required, mostly reactive, never professionalized in the real sense of the word, and ultimately never expressed any value they were providing to the organization they were serving. And so for 30 years, facility management still looked like a strange profession, something that um, when it's mentioned, a typical business owner, executive director, still has to ask a question before fully understanding what FM is about, or just being tagged the maintenance guys, or just being tagged the guys who fix things when they break in the organization. Those are stereotypes that our silence, our inability to communicate value of our profession has created for us. And so when I hear people say, oh, they don't pay us well, they don't pay us well, how can they pay you well when you do not show value, when you cannot demonstrate the value of your contribution? So there are two sides to this. One, and this first part is going to keep coming out in all of our weekly discussions here. You must know how to show strategic value. You must know how to translate your understanding of the corporate strategy to real facility management, long-term strategic plans, goals, and activities. There must be a tie-in between the investments and funds playing for the organization to use in FM to what the organization is trying to achieve itself. That you can find more information on if you just go to our YouTube channel. You will see about 6 or 7 strategic facility management related sessions that I've had, including one I had just a few weeks ago. Okay. It's all free. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on LinkedIn. So just go and watch again. So you can make notes on how you can deliver value and communicate this value to validate the value you have presented to your organization. Communicate it, get validation for it, and get that, yes, he's doing what we want to get done. He's helping us to excel. He's helping us to succeed as an organization. You must do that. So that's the first part. The second part is, as an FM, you must sell yourself. When you make things work, all your PPMs, your inspections are done, all your audits are done, your compliance is sorted out, your risk planning and all emergency arrangements are in place. There seems to be that tendency to forget that someone is running this show behind the scenes. And that's normal. Don't expect anybody to give you credit for making things work seamlessly. It is your responsibility to blow your trumpet. Let the organization know the value you bring on board by making sure things are not disrupted, operations flow, people are comfortable. Life and well-being is improved continuously. Sustainability, cost effectiveness, the things that you do that can easily translate into tangible, measurable results. You save water of so and so liters, you save energy of so and so, you increase customer satisfaction from this percentage to that percentage. You have specific numbers that show that you are doing your job well. Once you have this information, do not keep it to yourself. Don't say, oh yeah, they are saying it now. Are they not saying that this? No, 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 no. It's just a tendency to get lost in your effectiveness. Okay, so recap. First, understand corporate strategy, deliver value. And secondly, market yourself so that the value you deliver can be acknowledged, can be, and you cannot do this without having specific numbers and metrics that shows how your work is, adding value to your organization. You must have those. And to be honest with you, organizations that employ you don't know what you should report on. They employed you most of the time because the drain used to break down, the place is not always clean, water fails. And that's why they employed you, mostly for the reactive things. So they will probably want you to report on work orders completed. They want to report on diesel availability and consumption level. They want to report on costs, the amount you spend on a day-to-day basis. Those are the things that are visible to them. You are a problem solver. You are one that removes problem from them. That's what they employed you for. So if management designs your reporting, it brings you further down to the pedestrian level where you are one to run to when things are failing, right? Now, it is not your job as an individual, as part of marketing yourself and your profession, to elevate your reporting to the level of the C-suite. So you now need to go back, pick up the things that management is concerned about at the highest level, and begin to tie them into the strategies you deploy, the tactical plans and budgets you create, and the projects you execute, as well as the operational activities you do, so that you would change the language of your reporting to show how the things you do are no longer just mundane, things that anybody else can do, but they're adding strategic value to the organization. So you sell yourself. And we're going to talk about a few of these. Beyond that, within your organization, you need to sell yourself and your profession to the wider business and professional community. Why do you think most people create forms or recruitment forms and say, select your profession from this list? And facility management is not even in the list. You will see real estate, you see property management. Why do you think that is? Because when you do wide surveys, the FMs on the portals where they do those surveys are very, very few. In fact, we are insignificant as some profession that you can't call a profession, because most of us do not come up online, create our profiles to clearly show that we are facility managers, we are professionals, and we are adding strategic value to the organization that we support. When that number gets boosted, when that number increases, there will be more understanding. You come out more for facility manager because I know what they do. Now, in the last 5 years, I must confess, we have made significant stride in this area. One key impact has come from the Max-Migold Training Center has been the Facility Management Diploma, the FMD designation that all of our alumni has held for the past few years. So if you go online and you find facility management and you search for FMD credential holders, you'll get, quite a pop-up of people, especially Nigerians who are, earning this credential. And all the other credentials from IFMA, like the FMP, the CFM, and the SFP, they also add to boost this recognition. But many people have these credentials and these qualifications, and they're not even where people are supposed to display them professionally. I don't know whether you are afraid of having exposure to cyber criminals and fraudsters, so you are staying under the shadows. Or maybe there are some other reasons why you are not, shining out there. But please, you are not doing yourself any good. You're not doing your profession any good. Okay. So we want to, basically just kill that concern, whatever the concern is. We want to sell the value of coming up, shining, because it does two things. One, you do better at your job so that you can also claim that you have done well, and these are the results you are getting, right? And two, you will not be challenged to get continuously better, because once you are out there online, you'll be getting inquiries, you'll be getting people liking and commenting on your posts and all that. You get that engagement that will keep pushing you to become better and better. So instead of spending your spare time on TikTok and what the other one, Instagram or Twitter, X, you will spend your time in whatever platform you find yourself learning new knowledge, acquiring new, knowledge and skills about your profession. You want to learn and you want to exhibit. For those who think that, when they keep to themselves, their knowledge will stay, it doesn't stay. Your knowledge expires with you. It expires with you because new knowledge comes every time. You're not challenged, so you think you have enough. It will expire with you. You become so backward before you blink. Okay? And then you're not adding value to others. So people are not feeling you in your industry. So at the end of today's session, we want you to be able to understand the importance of personal branding, explore how LinkedIn can help. We'll talk about, other visibility tools as well. You need to learn how to showcase your expertise, your achievements, and thought leadership. And then build authentic connections that create opportunities. Many people don't have to wait for months to transition between jobs because their profile already attracts people to them. You are doing so well, you are displaying it, people are coming to you and say, "Oh, would you like to work for us?" Because there'll not be too many people like you out there in the industry. So why keep quiet? Your growth depends on how visible you are. And some people are actually able to, book appointments with very important personalities, have one-on-one conversation, get to know them because their profile on the professional network was acceptable, was something that that VIP could relate with. Okay. So connections. If somebody is trying to build a professional association, a club of professionals or anything, you're going to go on LinkedIn and search for people and send them messages one by one. If you're not there, your profile doesn't speak to it, sorry, you will not be invited. You'll always be backward, behind, and losing if you don't show up. And then, of course, you should be able to develop a roadmap to establish and sustain a strong personal brand online. And some of these things I'm going to be talking about today are things that you're going to start working on little by little, putting daily efforts into it. and then building a momentum over time to become that voice, that people can now relate to it. Someone can now say, ask this question. Let me go and ask this person. I used to see this person's kind of post and comments on LinkedIn. Let me go and ask this person. I'll send him a direct message. And before long, even the one you don't know and the one you know will come to you. People will tell you things. People will ask you questions that will make you to go and learn things that you probably didn't think of learning before. Okay. So as facility managers, we have talked in several sessions that our job is not just repair, maintenance. We are shaping business outcomes through strategic deployment of solutions to improve the quality of life and the productivity of the core business. We are at the forefront of technology and smart systems. Now, this might be something that cause access to information might still be holding us back on. So for this Saturday at the Facility Innovation and Leadership Summit, I'm going to be, in my presentation, I'm going to be showing us some low-cost technology solutions, things that you can start doing now to move from the FM that that does not know technology and not sustainable to something of a high tech. And we're going to show you a roadmap to go from the basic survival to resilience to sustainability to smart and intelligence. So don't miss Saturday's conference at the Necker House. It's something that I invite everyone to attend. It's free. It's been fully paid for. I don't know what you'll be doing on Saturday for you not to be there. Okay. When I established that you must first, learn to deploy solutions that help you to add value and help the organization to accomplish a strategy, I said for you to demonstrate and report that value, you must have metrics and numbers. You can't say things like we have improved in this area significantly. We have added value by increasing in this and that with more of this significantly. Some of these they are all words. You need to have numbers and percentages and ratios and things that shows that you know where you were, you had your baseline, you saw the organizational strategy, you deployed that and that measures, and you moved a certain metric from baseline to this results verifiably. And then how did you do that? How did you do that? How did you move overall customer satisfaction on FM services from 55% to 70%, for example, over a 1-year period? How did you do that? Some of the best practices you implemented needs to be documented, both as internal highlights for organizations to know your value and also for benchmark studies. And these can be put in posts and shared for the wider industry so that you can get not just recognition internally for the value you've added, also global recognition for what you are doing. Okay. Sometimes we do a lot of work, but all that work does not translate to any significant visible value. There's people that come for interviews. I invite you for interviews. We have a role, and you start telling me what you have done with this building and that organization. I look at your CV. I'm so impressed. Like, yes, this guy been on all along. And then I go on LinkedIn just to try and validate some of this because, if you're lying about achievements, it's going to be very difficult for you to put it online, isn't it? People will punch holes on it. So you want to actually do so you can brag about it, isn't it? So when I see a CV that is so rich and so highly experienced, I start wondering if I can find you online, no footprint, no impact, no followers. You're not commenting on anything. You are not posting anything. You're just or even your profile does not even exist. You give me a lot of work to do in verifying the truths in your CV. So not all the time that you're not qualified for the roles you interview for. Sometimes you are qualified, but there is no validation. No validation. For some, they are online. They're online, but it's only for trivia. They're always quarreling and arguing over Big Brother Niger and supporting some religious fanaticism and so on and so forth. So when they're not looking for the real you, they are seeing some darker side that does not reflect who they are looking for that role. So your qualifications, your experience down the drain. And in many instances, you are in an interview and you want to negotiate. Oh, this is how much I will like to earn. You are negotiating. Just watch. Somebody is on his computer, on his phone. Ta, 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 is checking you out. He's looking for your impact. He's trying to feel that sense of if I hire this person, will this person be a strategic acquisition? Will my brand as this person's employer be boosted when the person now changes his LinkedIn profile to say, I am now working for Max-Migold? Will it add value? Because we seem to think it's one-sided. We think about getting a job with a brand that adds value to us, right? When I get a job in an organization and I put it there, oh, I work in Shell, I work in Zenith Bank or any big profile name. We think that adds value to us because it represents the fact that we've landed something big. Don't forget that those brands, those organizations, they also care about the quality of people that take on their brand. Are you an asset? Can they value you online and say, oh, yeah, this person is a valuable asset? If our brand goes on this, it will show that we have keen eye for talent. It will show that we attract industry voices. It shows that so organization in that situation two ways. Okay, so you get visibility, recognition, you stand out in a competitive industry. Credibility and trust, you showcase expertise and build professional authority. It's not just employers that are checking you out, colleagues are checking you out. Other people in the industry are checking you out. Your name is popping up in places where you are not there. You are in one small office in one corner of Lagos in Bia or Lekki or Yaba or wherever. But someone across the world, somewhere across in Abuja and everywhere in country is seeing you and they're having conversations. When they put out a vacancy advert and you apply for that role, once you have visibility and recognition, there is that tendency that your name will be shortlisted. Oh, we know him. We see him. Whether you have done well or you've not done well in your previous role, just that visibility will further give you recognition. And then follow that with credibility and trust. The kind of conversations you engage in online should be productive. You should come through as someone who is analytical, who is strategic, who is not careless or carefree. You get doors opening for you for promotions, opportunities, and leadership roles. In fact, some organizations now search your profile, read through it, and say, oh, you should be good for so and so certificate, so level in our membership. Join our association will make you fellow. The power of networking cannot be overemphasized. You attract valuable connections and collaborations. Many people have found themselves in startup and business arrangements that turned out to be the turning point in their lives just because someone could find them. And if you now become a thought leader because of your daily connection with the world through your posts and your content, you gain influence. You'll be able to uh, drive conversations in the industry. Your comments will be respected over time. You will build that reputation as someone that is noticed. And this applies to all professions. We're particularly talking about FMs today because this is the facility management launch hour. But you see, too many people have become obscured and gotten lost. Smart, intelligent, valuable contributors to the organizations. When there's a downturn, when there's a organization, downsizing or letting people go, they lose their jobs and they cannot find another job. They start applying and missing the points. After a while, they tend to dwindle. But if you have an online presence, define a unique value proposition, and differentiate yourself, you will get that attention. You will get that recognition. I don't know how hard it is to uh, drop a post. I worked with my cleaners yesterday, and we discovered this and that, and we approached it with this and this, and these are the results we got. Anyone have similar issues? And something so simple with a picture, for example, engagement will start. As for engaging, you add more. And then the next day, even if it's just 2, 3 times a week, find something creative. I read a book about, I saw this in the news, and I was just thinking about, organization is driving towards that, and we are having this plan in place. We hope to be able to achieve that. Any ideas on how I can, contribute? You are creating conversations. Sometimes it's just a poll. You are wondering, this is the question, and these are the options. I think this might be, this might not be, but can I ask the wider community? And then you see votes and comments. That is not even you teaching anybody anything. That is not even you trying to show that you know. You're basically just coming out to say, I want to know what you guys think about. Something as simple as that can lead to an outpouring of information, even to you who posed the question in the first place. And engage with all the conversation, because I've seen some people that will just come, or because Paul Aruba me posts regularly, they just come and put a post. And when the engagement is not happening within their post, they are no longer there. You need to be there. And if people comment on your own posts, for goodness sake, when they post, also comment on their post. Think carefully. Analyze your thoughts about the topic, and then make your comments. Sometimes it's just a reaction that you need, a like, a dislike, in thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Be someone that is recognizable. Tell your message to to employers, peers, or clients. There has to be that. How do I want to be perceived by employers? How do I want to be perceived by peers and clients? So you create that persona, and you keep pushing it, keep pushing it. At some point, you will no longer be the one, um, asking people to please connect with me. I am this, I am that. You will not be doing that much, because people will just be watching your activity, and after a while, they come to you and say, "Oh, let's connect. I think we can do something together." So both employment opportunities, business opportunities, and all can happen because of the value you create freely. Somebody will write, nowadays, somebody writes an article, writes a book. Think about it. It takes time to put together something of value. And so the thinking is, I don't have the time, I don't have, the resources. I'm busy working, so I won't take out time to write something of value. For some, They have taken time, maybe from their PhD studies, from their MSc studies, they've come up with some kind of concept that will be valuable, and they've written something, but they want to be paid. So they go on Amazon, put it out there, and put a price, $30, $20, and hope somebody will buy it. Let me tell you the truth. You get a lot more by giving knowledge out for free. A lot more. I've been doing training now for almost, give or take, 15 years. And the more I train, the more I gain that influence with decision makers in key organizations that I am targeting for business opportunities. So if I bid for a job and I'm perceived already as an expert versus someone else who is just one of the other vendors who bid there for the job, who do you think you give the job to? If somebody sees your company's activities, sees your activity online, and they see that you have a niche, you have carved a niche for yourself where you consistently demonstrate new knowledge and dishing out new free advice to the industry, they will most likely pick that up and notice it, understand, kind of consider that when doing evaluation on your solution. So you can make a lot more business, a lot more rewards from business opportunities and from being able to negotiate very good salaries, very good salaries. I've interviewed somebody who probably wasn't earning, I think that's the last time he was earning less than 200,000, but he didn't want anything less than 450K. It's not about what you're earning now. It's about what your real value is. It was very clear on what his real value is. He's not earning that, he's not working, he's not changing. He will stay on the 100 and something or less than 200 until he gets 450. And I see this guy always dishing out good quality stuff. And I know what he can do. On that instance, I couldn't hire him because I couldn't afford 450K per month, but I noted it. When I have the means, I'll, recheck with him. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here. You must showcase expertise, share insights, case studies, industry knowledge. Show that you are not just someone who reads and comes to share. No, show that you are one who does what you share. Engage, build trust by being genuine and transparent in your engagement. And then use endorsements, testimonials, and achievements to reinforce credibility. People will always, send you commendations, uh, you know, promotions, letters, awards. Flam them, flam them. It shows that you're not just a talker. It shows that you are getting real results, and those results are being accomplished. Okay. So let's talk about a few profile optimization essentials. Your headshot has a professional. Take a good quality picture that reflects your role. Okay. Yeah, facility manager, don't put a casual, pajama picture out there. Put something that reflects your professionalism. Have your headline to be attractive. Okay. It has to be compelling. Go beyond just the job title. Showcase expertise and value. Engaging summary. Tell your story. Highlight achievements and career goals. In that summary, you have an opportunity to make a pitch, 30 seconds pitch. What will make somebody want to read your entire profile or even look at the activities online when you look at your profile? And then your experience and skill, detail relevant roles, projects, and core competencies, especially the achievements you've made in those roles. I keep telling everybody, do not keep listing the jobs titles and the roles you've been given and the tasks you've been assigned. No, they're not relevant. It is the accomplishments you've made in those positions that are relevant. And then boost credibility through endorsements or recommendation. There have to be people who would say, oh, I've worked with him, he's good in this, you can always trust him for this. And on and on and on as you build your profile. You don't have to even wait for people to voluntarily come to you. The early days of building my LinkedIn profile, I'll send you a message. I'll praise you for what I've noticed and what I've observed. The next time I'll send you another message, I will, give you an endorsement. And then, after some time, we've engaged, we've interacted. Can you endorse me for? I ask, don't wait. This is not the time to wait. But you see, I cannot ask if I don't have what it takes to ask. If I have not done it, if I have not connected, if I have not shown myself, I can't ask for such endorsements or recommendations. Of course, I can't ask for recommendation from somebody I've not worked with, by the way, because that would be a lie, and that person will feel awkward. Why is this guy asking for recommendation when we've not even worked together? That would be criminal, by the way. Okay? Share insights, achievements, and thought leadership. Post industry insights, share trend, innovations, and best practices in FM. Highlight achievements, showcase successful projects, and measurable results. I keep talking about numbers. People want to feel your genuine results. They want to see that you're actually adding value. Create value-driven content. Offer tips, case studies, lessons learned. Engage in discussions. Comment on posts and contribute to industry conversation. Position as a thought leader. Publish articles or videos to demonstrate expertise. Why do you guys think I put out almost 1,000 videos for free on YouTube? I do it deliberately. Go and learn and become better at what you do. You begin to pay it forward by adding value to your organization and also creating your own content and putting it out. We'll build a bigger pie for everyone in the industry. But above all, I also have my own selfish reasons because I get recognition. I get, known as the go-to person for certain things in the industry. Sometimes you will be having chats or conversations online with foreign organizations or individuals. And when you talk about facility management, my name, Paul Orubami, will be popping up in your conversation because I am visible. It didn't just happen by chance. It didn't just happen by time. It is strategic. You plan it, you have a niche, you move through, and you make sure you are consistent. You can't slack about it. Consistent, comment, share, interact, engage. Now, there's this one that many people don't even take seriously, joining industry groups. You're not a member of the Association of Facility Management Practitioners Nigeria, which is the national body for FM in Nigeria. Every other profession have their own national associations. If you are an FM, even if they just call you maintenance officer or technician or some admin officer or corporate service officer that you're in charge of people, processes, and places in your organization, belong to professional associations. Some come for training, but they don't don't do Mastercraft diploma. We have a vibrant alumni association, a body of 1,000 people constituting the biggest professional association for facility management in Africa, actively engaging with each other on a daily basis. The value of that is immeasurable. The solutions, the thing that would have gotten you into a bind or problem in your organization, you can solve by just asking a question there. And real people who have experienced your challenges will come up with the solutions they've proffered, they've used. You start shining because you have behind you 1,000 people in your network. But you see, if you don't engage with this network, you won't get value from it. You won't. Many people go and join a group, and then they ghost inside there. They're just hearing, picking things here, picking things there. You're a loser if you are doing that. Engage. There are some things that will drop in there. Whether you agree or you don't agree, don't keep quiet. You have a thought, you have a voice. And then there are beyond professional bodies where you can join and pay a fee. There are free professional bodies online. The Facility Management Group, the different group, the African FM Network, so many on LinkedIn especially. Those are places where a single post can reach thousands immediately. The impact of posting in such groups is even more stronger than posting on your own profile. If you post on your profile, you probably get 170, 200 people to see it, unless you boost it. That's how the platform owners have programmed it to make more money. But if you put it on a group that has a large following, there's a high tendency that group members will see that message and engage. And they will engage from all over the world. Imagine that. Small you in your small corner, now engaging with industry thought leaders across the world because of a smart thing or a creative thing that you put in. Sometimes it's just a comment that creates a different angle to a conversation. You could have someone else who is very respected and put a post. I can put a post in there, and everybody seems to be aligning and commending me and adding more comments, and you see the contrary opinion. If you express that contrary opinion and you make some factual notes about that, you will find so many other people who were thinking like this, who have not even put a note in there, probably looking for who will bail the cat. Why is everybody thinking like a Yoruba in this direction? What can there be a protagonist, somebody who is going to play devil's advocate and expand this conversation? You drop it in there and then they jump behind it. Conversation becomes richer. I have learned from counter comments to my post in many instances. And in one instance recently, I had to go and amend the post to create a clarification. There was one post in maintenance as if it was bad. It's not a bad idea, but they are critical assets that you don't want to risk reactive maintenance approaches on. I had to go and verify it because I saw the comments, and I was so impressed because that kind of expanded the conversation. And then attend events and webinars, both in person and virtual. So many of us don't think it's important. When they say come and pay, even if it's just 20,000 naira to attend a conference, you don't have the money. Even for free one, you will book it to your calendar, you will not attend. I've had occasions where I will set up free training in my training center here. Hundreds of people will apply online because we spend your money boosting it and getting it to many eyeballs. But unless we make several calls, repeated calls again and again and again and again, more than 3/4 of those who even registered in the first place, I'm not talking about those who ignored it and moved on. Those who registered, 3/4 of them would not even, key it in and make it a priority to be here. And the worst part, some think that because it's free, it's not important. So they want to do all that they have elsewhere and show up for a 9 o'clock free training by lunchtime, 12:31, just in time to also enjoy the free meal that goes with the training. It's appalling because by that time you have missed most of the learning that have taken place. And so try to be part of something big, enlarge, magnify yourself, your career, your profession. And this is not just about talking, adding comments here and there. It's connections. Accept or seek mentorship from those above you in the industry. They don't have to be old people. A mentor can be somebody younger than you. My business mentor today, one of our board members, is way younger than me. But when it comes to business strategy, when it comes to entrepreneurial pathways and knowledge and experience, I learn from him. I yearn to seek every moment of audience to be with him and just express what I'm doing in the business and then hear his own thoughts. Of course, he learns one or two things from me, but I recognize that fact that he has superior business acumen. We all should be like that. And just the way I have a mentor, I have people who also look up to me. I open myself up to have conversations. A year ago, a consultant told me, you know what, you could, set up a paying platform for consultations, professional consultations. I said, yes, it's a fantastic idea. I've not done it yet. I'm still doing it for free. Very soon, you are going to see a publication, a paulerubami.com website where I offer, advisory and bespoke consultation that you pay for. Think about it. If you pay 300,000 naira to see me for 1 hour, just to walk you through whatever you're going through and help you navigate and create some kind of roadmap, you will value the advice you get from there. All this one that is free, it's on lunch hour, it's on YouTube and so on and so forth, free training sessions, you probably don't value it that much. So we're going to have the two. We're going to have the general knowledge I'm sharing, and we're going to get to that point where we're going to have bespoke direct consulting that will involve an agreement to help you fix issues, to help you, break chains that holds you down in your career and life generally. So consistency, authenticity, and professional storytelling is key. You must maintain that engagement with your audience. You must, some people's profile have been set up 10, 15 years ago. They've only posted 5 months or 2 years ago. What? Why? Why are you sleeping? That period of digital vacuum that you have created for yourself, gives anybody who is trying to authenticate your CV or recruit you or engage with you as a partner, you give them thoughts. Were you in prison? Were you trying to recover from some terrible condition? Did you do some, all kinds of thoughts coming because you can't account for a productive, because let me tell you something. Nobody wants to engage with somebody who has been idle for so long, right? They want to engage with somebody who has been adding value consistently till now. So that's the one they want to employ. So if you have all those beautiful things you package together in your CV that posts you in front of the interview, by the way, many people don't even get interviews because once they look at your CV is first wishy-washy. That's another session. I'll talk about, how to optimize your CVs in another session of launcher. CV is wishy-washy, and then they go online and they see your online presence is poor. They just put you aside. So you don't even get the chance to face the interview just because you failed on two ends. So let's fix the one of the online presence first. Then when they search you out, okay, yeah, invite this person to come on. Let's talk, right? So that's the first one. I'll have another section talk about how you can optimize your CVs and your cover letters, because if you don't get them right, you don't get in the front door. You don't get your foot in the door. And if you don't get your foot in the door, you don't get a chance to even express yourself. Okay, so that's another day. But the point here is you must be able to stay consistently alive. Digital isolation or ghosting is the same thing as dying professionally. It's just the same thing. Blend professional skills with personality and values. Ensure your online presence reflects your career goals and brand identity. Don't start, when people search you online, they will start seeing, all the quirks of your side life. Whereas the professional life that you want to project is not even there. Okay. And then people will engage. As they engage, as they interact, keep up the networking, keep up the interaction. Monitor your analytics. I always check the numbers. How many people have engaged with my content? How many people have viewed my profile? And when the numbers are dropping, okay, so what is it? What do I need to tweak and change? Because I want to keep it consistently up. And you must stay current. You can't be waking up and dropping information that was relevant 5 years ago. You must stay current. You must keep. Sometimes I am at night studying, and I come up with something that is very interesting. And I know my team will need it, especially my engineering team. And I think, should I wait till morning to drop it in the group? or should I drop it right now? Most times I drop it right now because I don't want that. There's this eureka moment you always come across when you research so many articles back to back to back. You get to a point where you're like, this is significant for what we're trying to deal with, for our future plans. You pick it and you share it immediately. It shows that you are relevant. It shows that you are always going to remain young. Let me tell you the truth. You can cross 50 like I did and look young because you're always keeping your mind evolving. You're always keeping yourself fresh in the mind. And so I want you to just decide the kind of persona you want to present. Now, I have my persona defined, designed, and packaged up to the way I look. It is structured. It's not by chance. It's not by accident that I have this appearance. I was in a conference and the global chair of IFMA said, "Oh, I saw you, I saw you go past, and we've not said hello before we took a picture together. It's just your hair I saw. That hair is signature. I want it that way. Decide what you want to look like. Decide how you want to be perceived. You want to show yourself as someone knowledgeable, who knows what he's doing. You want to show yourself as somebody who is approachable, who is customer centric, who is good at social networking and delivers impact. You want to show yourself as a nerd, as a technician, technology, somebody who knows how to solve problems and can share this knowledge freely. You want to position yourself as someone who is fun to be with, who is entertaining, who is creative. There has to be something you are known for. Be useless. It's very important. And make sure that people can feel you. That's the whole idea. Your brand is both inside and outside. What people see and what comes out of you. It is curated, it is structured, and you put it out on a regular basis. What makes you unique? Can you communicate this? What kind of insights, projects, or lessons have you learned recently? Don't keep it to yourself. You attend a conference or a training, and that was significant. And then you talk about it. There may be other people out there who have not, had this opportunity to engage with this knowledge. Share it. I was so impressed by so and so, so and so, so and so. As you put it out there, many people have known this before. So even wonder why now you're just learning this. But there will still be many who's like, oh wow, that's true. Maybe I should think about such opportunities next time to also have conference and learn this. Commit a routine, have a schedule, have a calendar that you use to go back and put something out regularly. It's very important. It might take a little bit of your time, but it's an investment in your life, your career, your productivity, and your growth. By the way, you cannot become better at what you do if you are not learning more, if you are not sharing more. Learning comes for training. If you've not taken the FM Mastercraft Diploma, please, it's an opportunity for you to really expand your knowledge and scope. Establish yourself in a community of professionals that gives you networking beyond all until you can compare it with. Create your personal profile, create your brand, define it, and shine. Participate in industry activities, join professional associations, and be someone that is valuable. Connect with mentors and mentees and be able to provide value to others. Let your organization feel the impact of your work. Become indispensable, not by holding them to ransom, but by showing that you can continually help to enable the strategic progress of the organization. And you always have what you need in this industry and your career. So thank you so much. That's our session for today. It's something that I hope I have been able to use the time I have to dwell on adequately. My expectation and hope is that we will all shine forth. We will all become better. We will bring our industry from obscurity. We will become a voice. We will become that person that has impact, that contributes impact. And you will grow and excel in all that you do. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Such a blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Great learning.
Thank you.
Great learning, great session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my mentor.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you, boss.
God
Thank you
bless
very
you.
much, sir.
Awesome.
I've put my
Thank
name.
you.
I'm going to call you as my mentor. All these people that have you as mentor, it cannot be easy. I won't be left alone.
Well, I'm not sure.
Thank
you,
you.
Mr.
Bye
Hello.
bye.
All right.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mr.
Sir, this
Paul.
Thank you long time.
I
Oh.
want to believe that
Thank you.
some other time you will give us room for questions. Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Paul.
yes. I try to engage. I try to engage on the social media platforms. If you just type anything there, we'll respond. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you
guys.
so much, sir. Mr. Paul. God bless you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Long time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.
Cheers. Bye.
Thank you, doctor.